Hey everyone, the topic for today's discussion is West Asia at war. West Asia has long been one of the most sensitive and strategically important regions in the world. From oil politics to religious tensions, from territorial disputes to global power rivalry, this region has witnessed repeated conflicts that have shaped international politics. In this lecture, we'll understand the historical background, major wars, key players, and the global impact of these conflicts in a simple and clear manner. So let's begin with the topic. The entire Middle East is burning right now. West Asia is at war. US and Israel struck Iran, and in response, Iran promptly fired back with waves of ballistic missiles targeting multiple Gulf nations like UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, Dubai, often considered one of the world's safest cities, has shut down its airport. This is not random escalation. The world is moving closer to a major global conflict than ever before. Iran has now promised that the most devastating, most horrific, and the most offensive operation in history would be conducted by armed forces of Iran. The supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, he has died in this war. The key questions are: why did Israel and US attack Iran? Why did Iran target Gulf nations like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, etc.? And most importantly, where is the world heading from here? Firstly, as Iran is getting closer to having its own nuclear bomb, and as you know, US takes nuclear bomb very seriously. Whenever a country tries to build up its own nuclear weapon, America and Israel teamed up to destroy that country. Like in 1981, when Iraq tried to build its nuclear reactor, Israel bombed Iraq nuclear facilities. Israel believed that Iraq was developing nuclear weapons and that the reactor could be used to produce nuclear material. To prevent Iraq from becoming a nuclear power, Israel decided to destroy the reactor before it became operational. Similarly, in 2007, Israel attacked Syria to stop it from building its own nuclear bomb. Israel claimed that the facility was intended for producing nuclear weapons. Syria denied that it was building a nuclear bomb. This strike followed Israel's long standing policy of preventing hostile neighboring states from acquiring nuclear weapons. And now, in 2026, when Iran is just about to build its own nuclear weapon, Israel is trying to stop Iran so that Iran could not launch a nuclear attack on Israel. Now, the question is, when Iran is Israel's enemy, what is America doing in this conflict? So, students, Iran is capable of strangling the entire world economy. Having said that, Iran itself is not the largest oil producer, but it sits right next to a very important shipping route called the Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz is a narrow waterway between Iran and Oman. It's one of the most important energy routes in the world because about 20% of world crude oil travels through it every day. Around 20% of global liquefied natural gas also goes through this strait. It connects the Persian Gulf to Indian Ocean and global market. Because so much global energy supply passes through this one narrow passage, any disruption there can shake the world economy. This is practically the lifeline of entire world. If Iran blocks this route, the entire global oil supply would drop sharply. Oil prices would jump significantly. Fuel cost in many countries would rise and the inflation could worsen. So, this is not just the choke point, it is the heartbeat of the world energy system. That is why the whole world is worried about the Strait of Hormuz. And if Iran becomes the nuclear power, it would gain so much control over the Strait of Hormuz that even US won't be able to do anything against Iran. And this is the reason why US wants to stop Iran nuclear program. Moving on to the next slide. If Iran were to successfully build a nuclear bomb, the United States and many other countries are worried that it could trigger a nuclear arms race across the Middle East. This is because neighboring states like Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Qatar, and others would feel threatened and might feel compelled to develop their own nuclear weapons for protection. As more countries pursue nuclear arms, the region could become one of the most dangerous nuclear hotspots in the world, increasing the risk of conflict, instability, and distrust among the nations. So I hope by now it's clear what are the reasons why Israel and US have attacked Iran. Now moving on to see the conclusion. We hope the tensions reduce and peace returns soon, because war only brings suffering, loss, and instability to the world. And moreover, a nuclear war would be a disaster for all humanity. Therefore, peace and dialogue are the only safe and sensible way forward. So, with this, I hope by now it would be clear the whole concept. And if you have enjoyed learning with me, do subscribe to my YouTube channel UPSC Simplified by Anika, and don't forget to hit the like button for this video. Thank you. Have a good day.